Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video that absolutely not a single soul asked for. Wow, I'm starting out this video with a bang, but I am going to be diving into a bunch of the spring releases from Jason Wu. Look at this quad. Look at this pastel palette. I have like a liquid shadow. We have some face palettes. I even have one more. I am very intrigued. It's basically going to be a full face of Jason Wu, and we're gonna see if this brand is good or not, because I will say, just looking at these two things, this is pretty much the most exciting thing I've seen at a drugstore in a, I want to say hot minute, but like in a millennia. I'm super excited, and if you haven't been here before, do consider subscribing. I do upload quite a lot of videos every week, all about makeup, all about beauty. I love trying drugstore, high-end, indie makeup. I love doing colorful things, and that's definitely what we're doing today. I am actually going to be using the Jason Wu Tinted Moisturizer meets CC Cream. I have used this before, I have reviewed this before. I really like it. I think it is very, let me actually see if I can get some, get some like clippity clips and just get the hair out of the face, because that is one of my pet peeves when I see makeup videos and people are just like putting makeup in their hairs. Please pull your bangs back, okay? Nobody wants to see that. I'm actually going to be using it with this Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA primer. I have been using this a little bit as of late. It definitely is not pore filling, but I also myself do not have a problem with pores, but it really does keep your face matte. So if your problem is an oily T-zone, or maybe your whole face is oily, I do think that this one makes a difference. I'm still in the process of reviewing it, so I'm like trying it out with a lot of different foundations like that. I know how this one works, and I really do like this one. I have done a video actually where it was like half face drugstore, half face high-end, and I compared this one to the Charlotte Tilbury's My Beautiful Skin. This is a very, very similar thing. This one says that it is a tinted moisturizer meets CC cream, which basically just means that it's like, it has some coverage to it, but there are like a little bit more skin-caring ingredients. That is a hair for sure. I would say that this is a glowy but not dewy medium coverage foundation that is a little bit more gel-like in consistency, like the Charlotte Tilbury My Beautiful Skin foundation. They are very, very similar in my humble opinion. This one I bought myself. I bought this off Target. You can find this brand at Target, but I will say all of the other things that I'm going to be showing you, I actually got from Skin Store, and I did get those as PR. I did request them myself as PR, I should say. So I didn't pay for the other things in this video, but this video is not sponsored. But I do have a code with Skin Store, which brings the price down. So if you were interested in this brand, I would kind of recommend you to order it from Skin Store, because then you can get some money off with my code Angelica SS. I will put that down below. I will also link it at Target if you feel like that is more your jive, but if you want to save some money, I would definitely say go to Skin Store, because it is basically the same price, just that you can get a discount on it. I don't have any powder. I don't think they have a concealer, but I didn't pick up a powder and didn't pick up a mascara, so I will be using that from another brand. And I also didn't pick up any brow products, so let me just do like concealer, powder, and brow products, and I'll be back. I will put all the things that I'm using down below, including links in case you're interested, and in case you're like, what did you talk about? What shade was that? Where can I find it? Everything is in the description box. The first thing I'm gonna be trying out is this Jason Wu bronzer palette, and I thought this was interesting. I will say the packaging a little cheapy, but it's because it's sold at a drugstore, so it needs to be like clear so that people can see it, because there's no tester. So I'll be your tester. I'll take one for the team. I think I will be using this one in the middle, maybe even blend it out with this lightest one just to make sure how it's gonna look. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit more on the cooler side, which isn't normally my jive when it comes to like bronzers and stuff. So I think I'm gonna keep it up here, so that because if I pull down something too far that has a cool tone, it clashes with my neutral golden undertone and just makes me look a little ghoulish. So when I use something that's a little bit more cool tone, I need to keep it up towards here, otherwise it's gonna look a little Halloweeny. But I will say it goes on really nice. It blends really nice. I'm just not gonna bring it down too much. I'm gonna keep it like that. I mean, I do have blush to use as well, so it's gonna be totally fine. I'm not gonna use any in my forehead because I have a very small forehead and I don't need to be contouring that at all. So I'm actually just gonna keep it like this for a little definition. There's also a blush palette. There was several different colors to choose from, and I chose this one. Oh wait, there's a plastic here. Because it has this orange, I don't know if you can see, it's like super bright. There are two like really nice like peachy mauvey neutrally shades here as well, but this bright orange, we all know I needed to try that one, right? So let's try that one. Picks up really pretty. It is pigmented, but not overly pigmented. You know I don't like blushes that are like overly pigmented because it just becomes too much too fast. I don't mind pigment, and I really like when the blush is buildable because that means that you can decide how much pigment you want. I just don't like when it's like overly pigmented and like the blush decides for you. This is the pigment. These are your only options. This one seemed a little bit more... Doesn't smell the greatest though, I will say. It can be though, sometimes you can smell like the glue in some makeup, and I feel like maybe that could be the case here. I feel like this one came down a little bit too far. Maybe we'll use a little bit of this lightest one and just see if we can blend that down. Because that's like, it's like a contour and bronzer palette, this one. And I'm just using this one. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not like fully matte, which can be nice. Sometimes it's nice to have like a lighter contour shade that has a little bit of a luminosity to it. It usually works out really good like on the forehead. Okie dokie. There's a highlighter palette. There is a highlighter palette. Look at how this one looks. Let's actually just swatch it on our fingers. That's very glowy. I'm definitely going to be using this goldy one because like I said, I do have, you can probably tell when I put this next to my skin, that if I have the pink and the gold next to my skin, you can definitely see that I'm leaning a lot more on the golden side. So I'm going to be using this golden highlighter, but wow, let's see how this is on the skin. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so we're doing this middle golden shade. Yeah, that is very highlighty. Actually looks really nice on the skin. It goes on very thin. Doesn't look like chunky on the skin. That's actually a really nice highlighter formula. And I definitely don't feel like I see it. It looks really good. It doesn't look chunky. It doesn't look glittery. It looks a little bit like a highlighty wet look. Okay, this is a nice highlighter formula. I really do approve this one. I don't want to say that I'm surprised, but every time I find something that's like really affordable, because I mean, these are 3 full-size highlighters. And again, if you use a code, you can get even more of a discount. And that's a nice formula. That's really nice. I have 2 different lip formulas to try out. One of them is a matte lipstick. Really like this color. I also have I think this is like a matte lip cream. Smells just like ingredients. That's a nice color too, like a little bit more terracotta almost. But I also have a lip liner. So that's, I guess, 3 lip products then. So let's start with this one, this lip liner. It feels very substantial. The color of like, just how this looks, it looks exactly like the lip liners from KKW Beauty before she discontinued them. This one is in Parisian Chic. It's a stay in line lip pencil. That's a really nice formula. Creamy, but not overly creamy. Is this going to be one of those underrated brands that like have really good products but nobody talks about them? I cannot wait to get to the eyeshadows. I feel like that's going to be the make it or break it moment. Okay, so I will say this lip liner is like my skin color. So I have a light medium skin tone. If you are a fair to light and you're looking for a light beige lip liner that's not too dark, I think this color would be perfect for you. But if you're my skin color or darker, just know that this color, it is very light. Am I going to do... Let us swatch and see which one I want to use. So this is the one that's the lip cream. And then we have the lipstick here. Oh, I do like that color. I think I'm going to do this lipstick. That is a comfort matte. And what I mean with that is that it feels creamy but looks matte, so it probably has some silicones in it. Some comfort matte lipsticks with silicones are an amazing formula and looks and feels amazing. Some do not, so I'll put this on and we'll see at the end of the video if it's acting up or not. But it goes on really beautifully. Okay, let's dive into the eyeshadow palettes. The one that immediately grabbed my attention is this pastel palette. It is just, honestly, the most intriguing palette. I mean, the mattes are nothing to write home about. It's just 3 light mattes. One is a pastel pink, the other 2 are just beiges. But these 6 pastel shimmers look really incredible in the pan, and I cannot wait to use them on the eyes. Honestly, they look so cute. And I also was very intrigued by this all matte palette, because I saw this one while I was still waiting for my Huda all matte palette, and I was thinking, if you were in the market for an all matte palette, maybe this could be an alternative if it's good quality, because it goes from really light to really dark. It does have a little, like, there's like a mint blue, a pink, some grays, this dark blue, like, there's something a little different about this. And then I had to get this quad, because look at this. Have you ever seen anything this unusual to the drugstore? It is an all matte, all colorful quad, and I saw this and I was like, am I like in another dimension? Like, what year is this? I am so intrigued by this, and if this is even somewhat decent quality, this would be such an easy and affordable way to add some colors to your collection. So oh my god, what am I doing? I'm gonna use all of these. Am I making sense? Oh, I also have this one. This is a glimmer shadow. We'll try a little bit of this at the end. This is the Celestial Lust eyeshadow, and I have mine in Songbird. It's like a iridescent gold pink duochrome. It looks beautiful. Okay, so I want to do something with the blue. That's why I'm having this. I love this shirt. It's so beautiful. I want to do something, oh my god, with these 2 shadows here. The mint and the blue, they look amazing. Maybe this one too. Oh my god, they look so cute. And something with that celestial shade, probably on the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna do the green. Let's do the green and see how that is on the lower lash line. I feel like I don't have any primer on my lower lash line. I did powder, so I'm not 100% sure how this is gonna turn out. We're getting some pigment. I, of course, am gonna have to try this out quite a lot more. I'm gonna use this purple as well in the upper part of my crease. Ooh, this is definitely not as pigmented as the green was straight out of the gate. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit more on the weak side. Just using a little bit of this up here. Definitely not a super pigmented shade. The green seemed a lot better. Nothing to write home about, but something. I really want to try these 2 shades here. So I'm gonna do this dark blue in my outer corner. That is giving more pigment than the purple did. Not intensely pigmented, but definitely doable. I would say that this is doable, but definitely in the like drugstore category of quality. So let's see how this like lighter mint is, if we can use that here. Yeah, definitely a little on the weaker side. It's a shame. I had so much like hope for this to be like, I was hoping for like one of those BH Cosmetics moments, but maybe the shimmers will save it. Because the mattes are okay, but nothing more. I think I'm done with the mattes, and just initial impression, they're okay, but nothing more. But let's dive into the shimmers. I'm gonna start actually with this one because it's gonna match so well with this out here. And I am gonna be, I think, spraying these. Picked up pretty good, but I think it's a little bit more on the drier side. So I'm gonna be spraying it to give it a little bit more pizzazz, and I don't want a lot of fallout. And since I am using, oh, that's pretty. Since I'm using several different shades, it's gonna be a lot easier for me to use a brush and be a little detailed. You know what? That's actually pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so far I like the shimmer more than I like the matte. So maybe this like pastel palette actually could be something. So this is the light blue iridescent, and I think I'm gonna put that on the rest of the lid. Ooh, that's actually kind of cute. Okay. Okay, and I'll do the green here, and then we'll do that liquid shadow in the inner corner. What do we think about that? And since the mattes were a little weak, I'll just blend this shimmer up a little bit. That actually looks good. And also something that I always do is that I go in again with the shadow, like the dark shadow, and I will reapply in the outer corner above the shimmer to make sure that I'm not losing the intensity and that my absolute outer corner is still matte, because on me, I think that that works better. So I always go back and reapply the dark matte after the shimmer. Okay, let's do the green as well and just finish this one up, this eye, so we can do the liquid shadow. So let's do that here. You know what? I kind of approve, but this like pastel palette with the shimmers. I mean, the mattes are probably gonna be a little mediocre, but those shimmers are cute. I don't know if this brand has any eye pens, but I don't have any eye pens from this brand at least. So I'm using this one from LA Girl in my waterline. I'll link it down below as well. It's actually a really good like minty turquoisey one if you're looking for a color like this one. And it's also from the drugstore, so I will leave that down below. I also did use this mascara. I will be using this one in an upcoming video that hasn't come yet on my channel, that's a little pre-filmed. And I did say in that video, this is the Maybelline The Falsies Surreal Mascara, that I wasn't overly impressed with it, but I will say I have used this. This is probably the 4th or the 5th time that I'm wearing it today. And with time, I've actually come to, like you can see my lashes today, I've actually come to really enjoy this one. I still think I like the Sky High more than this one, but I do think that it is a really nice mascara, and it definitely does like elongate and separate the lashes in a really nice way, and I think it is a really nice mascara. So just letting you know that when you hear me talk about this in the future, just know that I've slightly changed my mind, and I think I said then I thought it was okay. Now I definitely think it is like, it's good. It's not amazing, but it's definitely good. Let's try this liquid eyeshadow. I haven't done anything with this, but like, should we just try a little bit in the inner corner? That's, I think, oh yeah, you can see the glimmer there. I was gonna say, I think I see it more than you do. No, but no, it really does be catching the light. So let's just put a little bit and just let this be like a little catching the light in the inner corner. I actually really like how this eye look came out, especially with the mint in the inner corner and those iridescent shadows. And then with this little glimmer here, I kind of do like it. I mean, again, the mattes, they're okay at best, but I really think that these shimmers are really nice. Are they like indie makeup amazing quality? No. But they're definitely really nice pastels at the drugstore. And if you were looking for some pastels and you were more into iridescent shimmers than you are just, I don't know, mattes, then I think that this could be a nice one. I think they're pretty, like you can see some of them are a little bit more sparkly, some of them are a little bit more subdued like shimmer, but honestly, I think this palette is nice. Is it amazing? No, I wouldn't say that it's amazing, but it's definitely a nice palette. And if you were wanting to shop like at a drugstore, you didn't want to order from indie brands and you wanted to have something pastel, I definitely think that this one is the winner, at least out of these three palettes, even though I don't think that it's like amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna put on some half lashes because I love that, but at least you get to see how the look is before I do that. But I think that is it. I've tried all the products. Let's have a chat. So we have finally arrived. I don't know, I went on a detour just reading mails and like I found an energy drink. And it's been a while. It's been a while since I was here before. I wanted to let you know first about the lips before I forget. It is definitely not a full matte. It feels like a cream on the lips. I would say like it's a velvet matte with a slight, not sheen, it's like less than a satin, but definitely not fully matte. Still very comfortable, has not like started to misbehave, crack, separate, start to make lines, not even the line like here. It hasn't done that either. It's not transfer proof, but I really like the lipstick. I think it's a nice one. And of the eyeshadow palettes, like I said, my favorite is this one that has the shimmer, the pastel shimmers in it. I do think this is good. The matte formula is a little like, as you can see, I was able to do something. It's definitely workable, but I have other formulas that I prefer. The liquid shadow, really nice. I think the cheek products are really beautiful, and I do like the foundation that I have here somewhere. Hello! This one, I like this from before. I definitely recommend it if you wanted to have something that's like a glowy but not dewy or sticky medium coverage foundation from the drugstore. I think all the products were really good, but I think the main star of the show definitely is this highlighter product. I very much approve of how that looks. If you were looking for that wet glow that the new Rare Beauty highlighters and the new Charlotte Tilbury highlighters are giving, but at a very much lower cost, definitely try this one out. It's not a dupe, but it is so similar that if you wear this and someone asks me what it is and I say that it's the new Charlotte Tilbury, nobody would question me. Not a single soul would question me. And you get 3 full size. I think these are like full size because there's a lot of product in here. Yeah, this is 15 gram of product. So 5 gram, 5 gram, 5 gram for less than one highlighter of the high-end cost. So I would say that that is definitely the winner of the show. I will, like I said, link everything down below. Please let me know if you have tried this brand. I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I hope you're having an amazing day. And I will see you real soon again for a new video. Bye!